Let me ask you something. When you look at your phone, your laptop, an electric car, even military equipment, what do you think powers it? Most people would say oil, or lithium, maybe batteries. But the truth is, there's something even more important, and almost nobody talks about it. Rare earth minerals. And right now, there's a quiet global struggle happening over who controls them. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, but it might shape the next 50 years of global power. What even are rare earth minerals? The name sounds exotic, but they're actually a group of 17 metallic elements. Names like neodymium, dysprosium, lanthanum, cerium, they don't roll off the tongue, but they're everywhere. Neodymium is used in powerful magnets inside wind turbines and electric vehicles. Dysprosium helps those magnets survive high temperatures. Lanthanum is used in camera lenses and batteries. Without these materials, modern technology doesn't just get weaker, it stops functioning at scale. No advanced weapon systems, no high-efficiency green energy, no cutting-edge AI hardware. That's not exaggeration. That's supply chain reality. Here's the part most people don't realize. Rare earths aren't actually that rare in the Earth's crust. The problem is, they're difficult to extract. They're expensive to process. And the refining process is environmentally destructive. So most countries chose not to deal with it. But one country did, China. Today, China controls a dominant share of rare earth processing, not just mining, but the refining stage, which is where the real leverage is. And that's the key detail most headlines skip. Mining is one thing, processing is power. You can mine ore all day, but if you can't refine it into usable materials, you're stuck. And that processing capacity has been concentrated for decades, not by accident, by strategy. Look around. The world is shifting toward electric vehicles, renewable energy, advanced semiconductors, military modernization, AI infrastructure. Every single one of those depends on rare earth elements. And demand is exploding. Governments know this. Corporations know this. Defense departments absolutely know this. This isn't just about cars or smartphones. This is about who controls the backbone of modern civilization. The silent war aspect. No one is declaring war over minerals. There aren't tanks rolling into mines. Instead, it looks like export restrictions, strategic stockpiling, mining investments in Africa, partnerships in South America, new refining plants in the US, Australia, and Europe. It's economic positioning. It's supply chain security. It's long-term power planning. And it's happening quietly. A few years ago, export controls were used as leverage in geopolitical tensions. That was a wake-up call. Because when one country controls most of the processing capacity, it can influence global supply. And when supply is restricted, prices spike. Manufacturing slows. Strategic industries feel pressure. Now, imagine that happening during a global crisis. That's why countries are scrambling. The US, Australia, Canada, and parts of Europe are now investing heavily in rare earth production and processing. New mines are being approved, old facilities are reopening. Governments are offering incentives to reduce reliance on concentrated supply chains. But here's the reality. Building, mining, and refining infrastructure takes years. Environmental approvals take time. Supply chains don't shift overnight. And even when mining increases outside China, processing capacity is still a bottleneck. This isn't a quick fix. It's a multi-decade repositioning. Africa, South America, and the new resource frontier. Another layer most people don't talk about, many rare earth and critical mineral deposits are in developing regions. That creates another dynamic. Foreign investment, infrastructure loans, strategic partnerships. It's not just about digging minerals out of the ground. It's about building roads, ports, and long-term agreements. Sound familiar? That's because control over infrastructure often equals control over access. We've seen this playbook before in oil. Now it's happening in minerals. Why this isn't just doom talk, let's keep this grounded. This isn't about predicting collapse, it's about understanding leverage. Every era has a defining resource. In the 20th century, it was oil. In the 21st century, it might be critical minerals. But here's the twist. Unlike oil, these materials are embedded inside technology. You don't see them, you don't think about them, they're invisible, which makes control over them even more strategic. The AI and defense angle. If AI continues to scale, if electric vehicles continue to expand, if military technology becomes more advanced, then the importance of rare earth elements doesn't decrease, it increases. Modern fighter jets use rare earth components. Missile systems rely on them. Advanced radar systems depend on them. This isn't just economic, it's national security. And that's why this competition is intensifying. So what happens next? A few possibilities. 1. Diversification succeeds, supply chains spread out. 2. New mining breakthroughs reduce dependence. 3. Recycling technologies improve dramatically. 4. Or tensions escalate over supply leverage. The likely outcome? A gradual shift toward distributed production. But that takes time. And during that transition period, leverage still exists. Why you should care. You don't need to work in mining or geopolitics to be affected. If supply tightens, electronics get more expensive, EV adoption slows, energy transitions face delays, defense spending shifts. This impacts markets, industries, and long-term global power balances. This isn't conspiracy, it's logistics, and logistics quietly shape history. When people think of global power, they think of armies or economies, but sometimes power looks like a processing facility in a remote region, refining minerals most people can't pronounce. The next global power shift may not be announced in headlines. It may happen through contracts, trade routes, and mineral supply chains. And that's why this isn't just a resource story. It's a control story. It's a leverage story. It's the silent war over rare earth minerals.